Knicks family, welcome back to the Garden Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed, and I'm here alone tonight after a nice revenge win against the OKC Thunder. We beat them tonight, 129-119. Shout out to the chat. Izzy is in here already. What's going on, family? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Same old, same old. Just here after, pardon the mic, acting crazy. But yeah, we get a win versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. It was a game that I feel like was a must win because you only play these guys twice a year. Especially the West Coast. Everybody on the West Coast, you don't really play them more than twice a year. So if they come in your house and they catch you with a nice dub, and I mean that was probably our lowest point of the season when we lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder the first time. And fortunately, we came back at their house, and we knocked them out the park, and that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? RJ Barrett had a pretty decent game tonight, aside for the turnovers. Man, I've got some. We took a break. Obviously, it's been a while since we've done it. I needed personally to take a break because it's really, really hard to despite with everything you got going on in life already, but to have to deal with watching this team lose the way we do sometimes, it's very, very frustrating to come on here and then not be negative. And I don't want to be that podcast. So when you guys don't see us sometimes, aside for the fact that, it was a West Coast trip and every game started at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So you probably wasn't going to see us regardless. But honestly, it's just hard to watch these guys and come on here and try to find something positive to talk about. And I don't want to be the people who consistently just talk negative about the team. If they play bad, you guys know they play bad. You watched the game. So, and if you didn't, you did yourself a favor. So tonight, they rebound. They lost back-to-back games after winning two good games. It was actually two. Two games, we lost to the Thunder, and then we came back and we beat the Jazz, we beat the Nuggets. And then we lost to the Warriors, and then we lost to the Suns. So it was good to leave the road trip, the 6-game road trip, actually, now you think about it. But it's nice to leave 3-3 because, it's hard. It's hard watching these guys play sometimes, and even when they crack out some wins, it's really very tough to watch. It's very tough to watch. And like I said, this is why I don't want to start off this way after a win. But just to cover the past few games, the loss to the Warriors, the loss to the Suns. But they came in tonight and they handled business versus this team. Jose, what's going on, Jose? He says best coach game. No Fournier is getting better. I think a lot has to do with Mitchell Robinson being there. People help funnel him there, just his presence. But he really didn't do too much tonight. He only played 13 minutes around there. But for sure, I think this was probably his best coach game. There was a point towards the end of the game where it was Obi and Sims as the 4 and 5 out there, and Julius comes into the game, and everybody's like, "See, this guy Tibbs taking out Obi for Randall. This guy, Obi never gets any run." And then, what do you know? Randall points at Jericho Sims. I'm like, oh, okay. So Tibbs late in the game is trusting Obi Toppin with Julius Randle, and this is with Mitch on the bench, Hartenstein, Sims, clearly. So that's a good sign. That's a good time for the coach to see that he's trying things out. Last year he was so adamant against, I don't like the numbers. The numbers stink and this and that. But he's tried it a few times this year, and I'm glad he has, because it's been paying off. It's really been paying off. So let's get into tonight's game. Let's talk about some of these stats we got here. And of course, typical game from Julius Randle. You're going to get, a pretty decent amount of points and rebounds. So you got 25 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist. Only 2 turnovers, but he had 5 fouls. I don't know what was going on tonight. These refs, in my opinion, they were really, really, really just bad. But it's you say that after every game as a Knicks fan. So I don't want to sound like a broken record or just blaming anyone but our guys. But this is what I saw. 5 for 6 from the free throw line for Julius. 2 for 6 from the 3-point line. 9 for 16 from the field. Julius has been in a lot more control as of recent. But just talking about today's game, he bullied himself in there. He got to the basket. This team just doesn't have the guys to guard him. OKC doesn't have the guys to guard him. So he took full advantage. You go in there, you get your buckets the way you do, Julius, and that's what he did. A few times he's in there and it's like a man amongst men. It's like 1-on-3 under the basket. He's got the N1. So that's one thing. If you can keep Julius focused and just hone those skills in, I mean, he's a pretty decent guy. He's a pretty decent guy, especially if he's not your first option. What you're starting to see with Jalen Brunson. We might as well go on to Jalen now. Just having a guy like Jalen, man, it's been hard for me to watch Jalen play the past couple games, and it's because it sucks that once we finally get a guy at the point guard position who does everything we need him to do, need him to do, that we still got to be surrounded by a bunch of bad basketball. And it sucks to watch sometimes because it's like, damn, this guy's good. You want to enjoy him playing, but sometimes he has to dig us out of holes because we're just not really a great team put together, constructed. It's just not great. So he looks bad sometimes trying to pull shit out of his pocket to save us. But tonight, man, he looked great. 14 and 20 from the field, 13 of 14, I believe, inside from 2. 13 of 14 from 2. He missed one shot out of 14 shots inside the arc tonight, which is just crazy. So for 1 of 6 from 3. That's one thing I want to see from Jalen. It's something that I think will really, really, really open up his game. This is his first year as the guy, so defenses are looking at him a little bit differently. They know where he gets to his spots, and inside the paint. So I do think as his career goes on, he's going to add more of a 3 to it, off the dribble, and those percentages will go up. But 1 for 6 from 3 is not really great. But look at what else he did. He brings you 34 points. 9 assists. The guy is just what you really want. He's a pro. He's going to battle hard all game long. When guys are starting to lay their heads and hang their heads and not really give it all on offense and defense, he's trying to make the big play. There was a play down the stretch where he's trying to set up a play and then he realizes there's a mismatch and he just goes for it. And that's what you got to have. You got to have the guy who's smart enough to be instinctual, which is it's hard to really, it's like an oxymoron, but he's so smart that he knows when to use his instincts. But what can you say? What can you say about somebody like Jalen Brunson, man? You don't really get to see guys like that, especially in New York. It's really good to see, man. I'm so happy to see this guy play, and he deserves everything he's gonna get. Who else can we talk about? I know it's so. Let's talk about RJ for a second. RJ has been struggling really bad. I mean, everybody knows it's not a secret at all. RJ's been borderline terrible. Just to put it politely, he's been borderline terrible from the field. But I'm confident in the kid because the kid has shown over and over, time and time again, that he's going to do everything he has to do to figure it out. He checks himself. Am I still on the RJ Barrett is going to be a superstar or star? I don't know yet. I don't know. There's some things about him that I want to see him under a different coach before I give him that stamp, that grade of who he is as a guy. I do think a lot of the struggles we do see from RJ outside of the efficiency is the positions that he's put in to score. And that's also not just his fault. That's, coaching, it's the system, and not only the system, it's the construction of the roster, which I've talked about time and time again, which I don't think will be successful in the long run. Which we know. I guess this team is at the middle of the pack because we're a team that we know what we want. So we kind of want to keep those pieces, but at the same time, we kind of got to get rid of some pieces. And we're like right in the middle, right in the middle. But yeah, he's not. People get on RJ a lot, especially because he's never really been a shooter. And people are like, listen, this is year 4. This is time for you to step it up. This is time for you to show us that you're not a kid. We can't use that kid stuff anymore. And at the end of the day, we're saying that about someone who's typically 3 years away still from what the prime is in the NBA. So, I don't know, man. Like, I want to see him be better, but I don't want to trade him yet. You know what I'm saying? We as Knicks fans have these things where it's like, he's not a superstar. Get him off the team. And you've heard me say time and time again, like, listen, we can use a lot of these guys as role players. You know what I mean? Especially a guy like RJ, who's a team guy. He's selfless. He's not really going to be boisterous and all kind of crazy and letting people know how he feels because he's upset. He's a team guy. He's about chemistry. So those are the kind of guys you want to keep around, even if he's not going to be your number one option. He doesn't have to be your number one option for him to be on the team. Do you want to see him play better? Absolutely. Another thing is, let's trade RJ. I mean, like I said, I was talking to my brother, my co-host, Andre, the other day. Actually, it was Andre and Ricky. Shout out to you guys. You guys left me alone tonight, but it's cool. I know RJ has not been really playing well, but I'm going to be honest. Who's going to want someone who's not playing that well? You know what I mean? How many teams out there are looking for RJ right now with the way he's been playing? So yeah, let's trade him. Okay. Now, if we actually do trade RJ right now, do you understand that we're not going to get anything near the value that RJ is? And that's not what you want. You don't want that. You don't want someone to trade someone and not really get much back that this guy can give you when he's 100%. Jose said himself, he's been sick. Next game will be a big one for him. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, you guys know I'm a huge RJ fan, but he's been scaring me. He has been fucking scaring me, man. Excuse my language, but he's been fucking scaring me. It's been scary because you don't know what he's really going to turn out to be, and I'm not the trade RJ guy, but I do need to see RJ get better if he's going to be our starter and more consistent. I think there's things that he just has to do better. I mean, it's obviously his shooting, which has come around. I will talk about his numbers in a second. He's come around with his numbers and shooting. But his defense has been really, really or meh at best. And that's not what I want to see from RJ Barrett, who swears up and down he wants to be a two-way player. I gotta hold you accountable, RJ. You know, I'm a huge fan. He's my guy. Everybody knows I defend RJ to the death of me. But at the end of the day, you gotta be better. I can't defend you if you're not playing well. But he's been sick. He didn't have any legs. He said himself that he didn't really have any legs for the past few games. But I'm not the give up on RJ guy. He's proven time and time again. He was 1 for 21 or 1 for 20 at some point 2 years ago, and then ended the season 40% from 3. So I'm not worried about a guy who can check himself. He checks himself. So just to talk about the numbers from RJ, since we are on the topic of RJ. He ended up with 25 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 6 hefty turnovers. We did not forget about those, RJ. They were disgusting. He needs to get it under control. It's like him and Randall switch spots. Like, you know what? You can have all the turnovers this year. Yeah, man, he's got to be better with the ball. He's got to be better with the ball. But Overall, good game outside of that. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 3 for 4 from three, which is what you want from RJ. And if you're going to be out there shooting them, I seen someone on Twitter like, yo, you can't miss those wide open threes, RJ. And I'm like, everybody misses wide open threes. But at the end of the day, you can't be missing wide open threes. You know what I'm saying? But 3 for 4 from the field and 10 to 16 from the free throw, from the 3 of 4 from the 3-point line, 10 of 16 from the field. I just want to see him to continue to be better and be more efficient. The key to RJ being anything in this league is efficiency. I don't care how good he does anything else. He can have the best step back in the world. He can have all the handle in the world. He can do all of the stuff that y'all want him to do with all of the trainers and the step backs and the crossovers. If that boy is not efficient, he's not going to do anything. He's not going to be anything. I think efficiency is key for RJ. Very, very much so. What was he? 7 of 12, I believe. 7 to 12 from the field, from the field tonight. The number's a little bit better than what we've been seeing from RJ, but you got to be a little bit more efficient if you're going to be going to the basket. He got blocked a few times. The guy's meeting him at the rim. He needs that lift back. And eventually he'll get it. I'm not worried about RJ, like I said, but he has to get it if he's going to be here. He can't be playing the way he's playing now. Can't be. I just don't see it. So that's pretty much it on RJ. Hopefully he hit a pretty good game. He and Julius both had 25. Jalen Brunson had 34. Your big three with 25 plus each. My goodness, just disrespectful. Yeah, with 25 points each. That's what you want to see from these guys. That's what you want to see, and hopefully they can keep it up. Who else? Who else can we talk about? Grimes. So I saw somebody in the chat say something about Grimes. Let's see. Who was that? Oh, yes. Jose said the effect of Grimes being back will affect everyone's game, especially RJ. When you play with someone that wants to play defense like Grimes, it's a big lift to the team. Here's one thing. Number one, absolutely. That's the reason why I wanted to start Grimes next to Brunson, because he alleviates a lot of the defensive pressure and doesn't make RJ have to take care of that on his own. I think that's huge for both RJ and Jalen, actually, whose defensive numbers are not great at all, obviously, this year. But he's serviceable. He tries. Number two, I think RJ, I'm hoping that it's still this bug that he's getting rid of. But he has been doing this shit where he just lets these guys go after a certain point. And I cannot stand it for the life of me. For the life of me, I can't stand it. He does this thing where he stays in front of you and then he goes like this. And he kind of just lets you go and he like guides you to the basket. As if Mitch is there, which he's said in the past that he does that because he knows Mitch is there to help clean it up. And that's a poor habit. Poor habit. Great team thing, cool. I know Mitch is there. It's less energy for me to have to exert for me to actually play defense. So leave it to Mitch. It's not working out because you look terrible on defense half the time. Your feet are not moving. You're letting guys go after they get on your hip. That's it. You just turn and let them go. I can't defend that. I can't defend it, man. As much as I love you, RJ, I can't defend it. Grimes is not going to help him do that. Coach ain't going to help him do that. You, RJ, need to look at the film and say, yo, I got to be better. I say I'm going to be a two-way player. You need to watch some Kawhi defense. Go watch these wings that play defense and lock guys up. Throughout history, start with Jordan, start with Kobe Bryant, all little guys at that spot, at that size, that height. How did they defend other guys at that position? And It's all in the legs, man. It's all in the legs. You don't play defense. They say all the time, you don't play defense with your hands. You don't. It's all in the legs, and RJ needs to do a lot better at that, a lot better. But proud of RJ for having a good game tonight. Pardon me, a little tired. So yes, Quentin Grimes tonight, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. The thing about Grimes is you have to respect him on every jump shot. He's the kind of guy that will knock down the shot while you're heavily contesting him. So you gotta guard him. I don't care if I think you're gonna miss. I'm gonna try to get in your airspace because at the end of the day, I don't want to trust that you're not gonna make it. Grimes is that kind of guy. So he makes the defense respect him so much so that he has to be respected. You gotta go out to this guy on the 3-point line. There's no way I'm gonna let this guy go and just stay out there. You know what I mean? Which is a little envious because you just watch other teams in the NBA play basketball and guard guys and play defense. It's just so weird seeing guys play defense. But anyway, circling back to what I was saying about Grimes, he really makes it easier on the team. I really enjoy watching him play. Last game, versus the Suns. What was the? Let me see. Do I have the? I might have the. I do not have the stats for that game here. Hold on. I might have the stats for that game here. No, wrong game. Anyway, I'll figure it out. But Quentin Grimes had a pretty good game. It's kind of what you want to see from Grimes coming off of the off season that we had with Grimes where he was supposedly untouchable. But Quentin Grimes last game had 10 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. And only made 1 out of 5 threes. It's just the ability to get into the paint off a head fake. His first step is lightning quick for a guy that's not super fast. He's got some speed to him though. I saw him get down the court today. I'm like, whoa, RJ, this is how you do it. You watching? But Grimes, he gets down the court and he's quick. He makes very decisive moves. If he's at the 3, like I said, you got to respect him. He's going to head fake. He's going to jab. He's going to get to the basket. And he ended up with 8 assists in his first start since, I think, maybe start of season. No, I think he started once before. But, that's the kind of guy you want. Tonight, you don't really see too much from him. It's just one of those nights where your best 3 guys had a great game. So you're not going to see Grimes bust out a whole lot of points here, even though he still took 10 shots. It was 0 for 4 from 3. Let Grimes make 2 of those. Let him just make 1 more field goal and 1 more 3-pointer. And that's 5 points, 5 extra points. And he has 13 points on a night where Jalen Brunson had 34, on a night where Julius Randle had 25, RJ had 25, Quickly at 18. So, I think he's just working out the rust. That foot heel injury is no joke. Hopefully he's not in some kind of protocol and walking boot going into Thanksgiving, because on Friday we will be playing the Portland Trail Blazers. So we're going to need a lot of that perimeter defense, especially with Cam being out. But yeah, man, I really like the addition of Grimes. I'm excited for what he can bring to this team. Coach just needs to play him consistently and the right way. Just don't botch it. But anyway, quickly, 18 points, man. 18 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 for 2 from the field, 4 of 3 from the 4 of 5 from the 3-point line, 6 of 8 from the field. Quickly, just hella efficient tonight. His energy was there. He's been proving a point, and I say this to say something's going on with the Derrick Rose thing. Stuff was said, nothing negative, but Derrick Rose is he's just playing his role, But he wants to play. I know he wants to play, and more than he's playing now. But quickly is the first guy off the bench, and deservedly so sometimes. Just being where he needs to be on defense. He had the highest plus minus on the team tonight with 11. The only closest one was Grimes with 9. The guy just knows how to be in the right spots. 18 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. He knows how to be in the right spots. And I'm just happy for Quick. Hopefully the growth is there and it continues to where one day he might be able to be a starter. I'm not sure if it'll be on this team, but because I just don't see him starting over. I mean, unless Grimes just completely does not show you anything towards the middle of the season, I can see Coach trying Quickly out then. But outside of that, he's not starting over Brunson. So if he's here, he's going to be a bench piece, unless he takes someone in a starting lineup position outside of Jalen Brunson. So I don't know. Hopefully we continue to see this level of play from Emmanuel Quickly. I'm proud of him. He really stays in the gym. He's really locked in. Him and Obi, they really work together all the time. You can tell they're brothers. Speaking of Obi, he was 2 for 11 from the field tonight, 1 for 5 from 3. 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. 4 personal fouls. One of them was just so egregious. I don't know, that ref was. The refs today was on something. They were on something. But anyway. Yeah, man, this is what you got, man. These guys are going to beat the teams that they're supposed to beat in there. I don't know if the OKC is that team because they haven't been playing like the team that you're supposed to beat. But I don't know. I really hope that they can really string some games along. They play Portland on Friday. Sunday, I believe we play the Grizzlies. Let me double check that before I get to lying on here. I want y'all to see the guy from Garden Knicks said, where is it? Did it just disappear on me? Let's see. The schedule for the Knicks. Yes, Friday we play the Portland Trailblazers at 7:30 p.m. And we play the Suns on Sunday at 6 p.m. Now, we have to get that one on Sunday. Like I said, we only play those West Coast teams twice. And the Grizzlies snuck one in on us on opening night and needed dual overtime? Double overtime, maybe? Just to win. So, I think with this team figuring out its identity, we will be able to do that. They do have Jaren Jackson back. I mean, who knows if he's going to play? That's the thing with Jaren Jackson. But, Trailblazers on Friday, Grizzlies on Sunday, Pistons on Tuesday, and the Bucks on Wednesday. So we've got a nice little stretch going forward. Do I believe that this team can actually pull off something and be headed towards a play off spot, not just the play in spot? I don't know. I don't think that's possible this year. I'm gonna be real. I don't like how this team is constructed. I would like to see. I don't know. There's a whole lot. I do. Before I make any changes to the roster, though, I do want to see this team with a coach that knows how to modernize some things. Because let's be real. If you're not a coach that is running anything predicated to the system that's around now, I saw some stats. I jotted them down myself. Someone was talking about them. They coming into tonight's game. Just coming into tonight's game. Not after tonight's game. Coming into tonight's game, the Knicks were last in three-point defensive percentage. Last, like dead last in allowing other teams to shoot threes. They're shooting at a 38% clip. Wow. Teams all over the league are shooting the three at a 38% clip. And the league average is 35. It's not good at all. It's not good basketball. They're last in allowing offensive rebounds. And they're last in field goal percentage allowed. So even though those guys are there playing, that shows me with all of these things that it might be I'm losing a locker room kind of vibe. And did I even have it? Like, you know, I mean, I think at some point he had it. I'm not going to lie. But if he's losing the locker room, he's losing the locker room. I said it the other day. If you are here to be a coach and your specialty is defense, and when you're not really doing well offensively, they say, well, we didn't expect him to be here for his offense, so we're going to counteract that with such and such or such and such. No, you just bring Tibbs in, you say he's going to teach these guys how to play defense. And strictly defense. We'll figure out the offensive side of the things when that time comes. And that was the first thing. I came on here when we first hired Thibodeau. I liked the move because it was a thing that I think we needed with the discipline and culture. But a little outdated. No wrinkles to his offense, and it shows, man. It really, really shows. I would like to see some of these guys with a different coach who might know how to get them in some spots and thinks about things outside of the box when it comes to offense. Just simple offense. I don't know. It's like unless these guys got it going, all three of these guys, they're not going to win a game. It's the win that we played, the way we played tonight, that win, that's the only way we're winning any games this year is if we fight from beginning to end like we did tonight. But anyway, I don't want to ramble. I'm tired. It's late. I would really love for these guys to figure some things out and have a good holiday, some good turkey, and come back on Friday and give Portland some work. At home. We got to do that at home, and it's been hard for us to do that at home. So, you know, shout out to all you guys who are here, you are in the chat. If I don't see you guys before then, which I probably won't, you know, happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving, and you know, just celebrate family and just be around your family, man. Enjoy them, smile and laugh. Something that we don't really get to do as Knicks fans a lot. But you know, hopefully these guys can keep it going and keep this streak alive. Well, not a streak, or create a streak because they lost the last two. But keep this energy going. Go take it into Friday. Beat the who are we playing? The Trailblazers. And then Sunday we play the Grizzlies at 6 p.m. So Jalen looked a little hobbled. I think he Mike Muscala, I believe his name was. He landed on him, and I thought that land was a little bit unorthodox because of how he just landed on him. It's like he didn't even try to brace his fall. He tried to throw every bit of kinetic energy straight into Jalen Brunson as he was going up for that layup. So Jalen Brunson was hobbled. It looks like if we had to play tomorrow, the next game, he probably would take the day off, but there's going to be a 3-day break in between. He gets some time to heal and come back and keep it going and keep some chemistry alive. Hopefully they don't need any more dinners just to win some games. But anyway, shout out to you guys in the chat. Peace and abundance, family. You already know what it is, bro. You already know what it is. Happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate you, Jose. Appreciate you, man. You guys have a good one. If you're here, hit that like, hit that subscribe so you're notified when we go live. which I promise you will be a little bit more often now that I got some of the negative energy that I had surrounding this team out of my system. You know, it's hard to cover this team and not be negative sometimes. But, thank you guys once again for tuning in to the God of Knicks podcast. I will see you guys more than likely on Friday after the game and versus the Portland Trailblazers. And until then, like I said, happy holidays. Enjoy your family. Be around your family. Love on them. And y'all have a good one, man. Until next time, y'all. Peace.